Hey friends, this is Bobby Shanks with Shanks Realty Group, and we have a very special two-part series for Kitchen Talk, and we are going to talk about vet starts. And I have with me a very old friend, or I should say, been friends for a long time now, sorry.
Well, I am old. Yeah, I am old.
Wayne Cruel, who is a vet himself. Tell us about Vet Starts and what it's all about.
Okay, Vet Starts is headquartered down in Dallas, Texas. We've now expanded here to the St. Louis area. And what we do very, very well is to help veterans transition into civilian life after their time of service. Sometimes the transition is a little difficult, and as you kind of get back, you're not sure what you want to do, and so we have some processes we can walk you through to help you figure out what you want to do. If you want to learn more about what we're doing, you can go on our website at vetstarts.com. And if you don't see what you want, then you put an information request in, and a young lady by the name of Bailey Funk will contact you and get you the information you need.
So the thing that really attracts me about this is that I have a lot of clients because of the area that I live in here, because we do have some bases very close by. We have an artillery base in Herky. We've got the base in Illinois, the mapping agency. So I have a number of veteran clients every year. And my dad was a vet, or is a vet, and so it's, you know, I have flags hanging all over my office. Yeah. It's really important to me, and so I'm really glad that you're on here. Tell us, so just as a statistic, what percentage of vets that are coming out of service get a job, and how long they have a job?
They typically, the younger vets particularly, is a little bit different for older guys who are retiring, but the younger vets getting out, about 85% of them will not make it a full year in their first job after separation. They typically will take that job because they don't know what else to do. They have to have an income.
Right.
And so they'll take that income, and then once they get into it, they'll realize that maybe it's not what they wanted. Mm-hmm. They're not used to the culture. So that, you know, they're coming out of a different culture. Yeah. The one thing the military has is a fabulous HR system. It's probably one of the best in the universe. Okay. So you know what your pathway is, and so if you go to a company that maybe isn't quite up to part of that, sometimes for those guys that's a big adjustment.
Now, tell us a little bit about your coaching for vets, and I think that there's even perhaps some mental health things involved there, and it can even involve the veterans' families, like if it's their husband, wife, kids.
So we've got several different ways that we can help the vets. So the core program that we ask everybody to go through is called Halftime for Vets.
Right.
So that's about it takes about 9 hours of classroom time to work through that process, and then I'll coach you for about 6 weeks afterwards to help you complete it. That'll give you a really solid foundation. Mm-hmm. But for some of the vets who are maybe the time of separation or the combat itself or just being deployed forever over the last 10 years and you're out of the loop of your family, there's a program called Combat Reboot Recovery, which is a fabulous program which is actually designed to help the family come back together and to help them kind of, you know, you got to learn how to be a dad again, you got to learn how to be a mom again, you have to learn how to be married again. Yeah. You know, and so that one's designed to do that. Then we have some general coaching, and then there are some vets who are in crisis. Most of our guys are doing well, and what they want to do is to do better. Yeah. But we do have some programs where we can help them if they're in crisis. So if they're prone toward suicide, we can respond. If they've got some mental health issues, we can walk them through the VA system and get them the kind of help that they deserve. The VA system is really so extensive. I haven't met anybody who knows it all. I mean, it's sort of like diving into a pile of sand saying I'm looking for 6 particular kernels. Yeah. You know it's in there, you just got to look forever to get it. So we can help them with that. And then particularly for some of the older vets, and I don't know if this really applies to the older, I just say it that way because my experience is we have an art therapy program, because some of the things that happen to you are so traumatic that you can't talk about it and you don't want to talk about it. Yeah. But by using art therapy, maybe you draw something. So here's my experience. So I decided I'm going to go through this program. So I go through the program. Okay, well, I tried to draw something. They said, well, let's look at one of our other modes because that wasn't going to work.
Right.
So they showed me. So they said, well, what do you really want to do? I said, oh, let me do the pottery wheel.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on the pottery wheel. So the pottery wheel's going, and they showed me how to push the clay and all that kind of stuff like that. And
yeah.
I'm sitting on the pottery wheel. And the guy who's walking me through the process, he said, now, Wayne, he said, I just want you to think about Vietnam. That's all you got to do is think about Vietnam. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, well, you don't understand. I've spent the last 50 years trying to forget it. So now you want me to think about it? So we had that conversation. So I'm sitting on that pottery wheel. And he said, now just let your fingers do what you're thinking about. And I'm telling you, Rob, I can look now, this pot that I made, it looked like it was made by a 7-year-old in Vacation Bible School. You know, 'cause, I mean, it's not something where you're going to go, oh, Wayne, are you now going to be in the Smithsonian with your pottery? No.
Yeah.
But I can look at that pottery, that piece of pottery that I made and all of its odd shapes, and I can tell you what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of art therapy.
Yeah.
And so we have that program to help guys get to that, and kind of, because once you admit you have issues, then you can get help.
Right.
So
this was episode 1, introducing you to my friend Wayne and Vet Starts. Next week, we're going to go into more detail, and if this is something that you know somebody would be able to take advantage of, or that you want to personally participate in or find more information about, please go to vetstarts.com. We're also going to put your information up on the screen.
Hey, thank you.
Is that cool? Thank you for watching. Support our vets. Be patriotic. We live in the greatest country in the world ever in existence. And the more that we can do to support our veterans, the better we all are.